Hello everyone and welcome back to week 8 of our Excel Masterclass series. And today we're diving into three most common and most powerful functions in Excel. So these functions are really essential tools for adding up numbers in Excel, especially when you're working with conditions. And to continue our hands-on training sessions, we'll be using an auto sales report as our example. All right. So the spreadsheet that you see here is a dummy sales report or sales records for the month of May 2025. And I have the three functions here that we are going to look at. The first one is going to be the sum function. And as we all know, and we use the sum function in our day-to-day life, and this is a very common and a basic sum function. And we have also covered this in one of our previous videos. So let's get started. So the very first function, the sum function. So what we are going to do here is we are going to calculate the total amount of sale we did in the month of May. So that's pretty simple. You can start by typing equals sum, and then you will see the sum function is there. So you're just gonna have to select the range. So go ahead and select the range and close that bracket and hit enter. So that's where you can find the total sale that you did for the month of May. And this is, like I said, very basic, very easy to use. We all use that on a day-to-day basis. So let's say now you have the total amount that the total sale number for the month of May. Now for the second function, so now let's say instead of just finding a straightforward full total of all your sales, let's say you wanted to find how many or what amount or total amount worth of cars were sold by a specific sales rep. So in column D, I have all the sales rep related or directly connected to each sale that we have here. So in this case, to understand the sum if function, on the very high level, sum if function can only be used with one condition. So whenever you have you're not looking for a straight total of any numbers, and if you want to do a sum based on one condition, always use the sum if function. So in this example here, we are going to check the total amount sold by Mike. So the sales rep, in the sales rep column, you will see there are a couple sales that Mike did. So in this scenario, what we have to do is, when you want to use the sum if function, start by equals sum if, and then as soon as you have that parenthesis open, first of all you're gonna see range. So in this, what you have to do is you have to select the column where, or you have to select the range from where you want to match the condition. So right now, first we have to focus on range. So I'm going to select the sales rep column here and then comma. So now we have to select the criteria, and the criteria is going to be, you can either type straightforward, you can either type Mike here, or you can also select the specific cell reference. And then once you have the criteria, hit comma, and then now you have to select the sum range. So this is going to be the sum range here. And as soon as you have all that selected, hit enter, and that's the total number, that's the total revenue that was generated by Mike from his sales. So pretty easy, one condition, go with the sum if function. And now you can already understand the sum ifs is going to have more than one condition. So when you have more than one condition, what you can do is go with the sum ifs function. And to use the sum if function, you have, like, the formula is going to be a little bit different, but again, Excel gives you that formula, or it says after each comma what information you have to put in. So for the sum ifs function, we are going to find total sold by Mike on cash payment. So now we have two different conditions. First, we have to find sales rep Mike, and then also based on the sales rep, we have to find the payment type. It should be cash. So this is going to be interesting as we move further into multiple conditions. So to get started, start by typing same thing for all formulas in Excel. Go with SUMIFS, and as soon as you have that bracket open, first of all, now for SUMIF, the sum range was at the end, but here we have more than one criteria. So what you have to do is first select the sum range, and I'm gonna select the sum range here. So that's the pricing column that we have to select. Hit comma, and now start with criteria range 1. So the first criteria here is sold by Mike. So I'm going to select the sales rep column here, hit comma, and then from that criteria range you have to give the criteria. So I'm going to say Mike here, again hit comma. Now you're on criteria range 2, and you can add multiple criterias here, and criteria 2, criteria 3, and so on. So for criteria range 2, we have to select the payment type because we're checking the cash payment for all the sales for Mike. So second condition, payment type, we have that selected, hit comma, and now you have to check for cash payments. And in this column here we have the cash payment. So type cash, and once you have all the conditions or all the criterias here, close that bracket and hit enter. So that's the number where we have all the car or total of all the sales by Mike, sales rep, and the payment method was cash payment. And if you want to do just a quick cross check of this function, so you can go Mike cash, that is 19.5, and then another Mike here, this was a lease, so this is not going to be counted, and then again Mike's here, there's another cash, and there's third Mike, another cash. So these three cash, 24, 18, and 19.5, so that's 61,500. And that's how easy it is to use all these sum functions with one condition or with multiple conditions. Okay, so that is everything for today. One quick bonus tip that I want to give you guys, whenever you're working with formulas, always use cell references for criteria so your formulas are flexible and they're not ruined by adding 1 or 2 columns or rows here and there. So let's say in this area here where we had a criteria that we wanted to check for name Mike, as I have already put just the name Mike straightforward here, that is going to do the work. But if you are matching a unique or a condition in a really large spreadsheet where your cell references are really important, so you can also, instead of typing Mike, you can also use a cell reference that is D5. So wherever there is Mike in Mike, you can straightforward use that cell reference. So that is a very useful tip when your spreadsheet continuously keeps on changing, instead of typing the criteria itself. So that's pretty much it. To summarize, you have 3 different sum functions. Use straightforward sum function when you have to add all the numbers. Use the SUMIF function if you have just one condition, and you use the SUMIF function when you have multiple conditions. All right. And thanks for watching, guys. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know in the comments what Excel functions you'd like to learn next. Until then, stay tuned for the next week and stay safe.